I'm just gonna one take this since I'm a lazy piece of ass and nobody really cares that much about me. Alright, so who am I? I'm Handcutter. Most of you might not know me because I'm a little piece of shit who likes to go offline for a really long time, except for during the summer when I have my free time. But whoever knows me is Nux and Frikisita. Those are my babies. Hello guys. So for context, who am I? I'm this little piece of shit loser who liked the butchery like when it first released and then just went into the fucking shadows. Last time I checked and I'm pretty sure it was in February when, for context, I'm European, just got a green card, so I had to go to America. What happened there is that I got extremely depressed in America because my best friend, my ex-best friend now, if I do say so myself, hurt my feelings, and I got so depressed from being so far away from everybody that I just stopped talking to my friend group and to my boyfriend. Yes, I pull bitches. Thank you very much. Moving on. When I came back, right, my whole friend group, it was like, right, like, because during my absence and me not talking to anybody, basically, my best friend and her boyfriend, for context, again, my best friend's ex-best friend's boyfriend really hates me, has like this grudge against me. He sees me as a threat, he wants me gone. I think if he could hurt me, he would. I mean, he can, he just, you know, laws and stuff. Anyways, what happened is that they talked kind of bad about me, which kind of off-put the entire group, except for my boyfriend, who, you know, he was like, my Sheila. Anyways, after I came back and I explained, you know, why I got upset, the reason I got upset is that my best friend said that, ooh, you know what, haha, going to America, you're just gonna make new friends there, I don't really give a shit that much. And I was like, wait, really? Because we've been best friends for like 4 years, and when I say best friends, I mean like sisters, I mean like molesting each other kind of best friends. We were close, we were tight, right? Tight as a pussy. Anyways, this goes on, right? I talk with my friend group, I talk with my best friend, everything seems to kind of fall back into place. It does not. Why? Her and her boyfriend begin to distance themselves, and they don't communicate anything, especially to me. And you know, like as a best friend, I was like, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Do you want to do this? And do you want to do that? And she was like, no, I want to hang out with my boyfriend. Fuck you. No. And like constantly shutting me down. And her boyfriend constantly got mad at me for, you know, trying to talk to her, question mark. I don't even know anymore. He just didn't even like me, like talking to her. Like at first he was complaining like, oh, you guys are too close. Like, you know, you're just kind of gay. It's like, okay. I stopped, you know, doing that. I stopped being like physically close, let's say, like, you know, like affectionately hugging and stuff. Like I stopped that. He still got pissed, right? He still got pissed. And there were like a lot of fights going on because of that. But I got over that, right? And I kept trying to communicate with them, which just kept not working, right? It was like one of those situations where you can't win against a dumb because they're dumb. Full stop. What transpires after this is that at some point my ex-best friend and her boyfriend distance themselves so much they don't even hang out with nobody anymore, and I mean absolutely nobody, and they barely say hello to us. It's like completely shut out. I'm constantly trying to understand them and try and bring them back, whilst the rest of the group gets mad at them for, I don't know, like, you know, they got pissed off without me having to do anything. They just got pissed off naturally, especially because my ex-best friend's boyfriend was an asshole, let's put it nicely. He was a really big asshole, this gigantic asshole that nobody really liked because he was an asshole, right? Jerk, stupid piece of shit, manipulative, stuff like that, you know, like, right? Anyways, get to a point where they get really far away from us, and I start to get, you know, upset because that's my best friend of 4 years, and she's just like, you know, throwing me out. And then there's like this big silence where everything's going smoothly because I know I start hanging out with my other friends, my friend group, and my boyfriend more, you know. So, you know, I shift gears, even though my ex-best friend kept getting mad because I kept hanging out with the other girls because she had, like, in quotations, beef with them. But she didn't tell me about that, and then got mad at me for hanging out with them when they had beef when I didn't know.
Sometimes
because she didn't tell me.
Invited to the function.
Full stop.
You don't do coke.
Moving on, you know, time passes. It's somewhere around like March right now. I start going to the gym with one of my friends, you know, just for the hell of it. At the gym, I meet my ex-best friend and her boyfriend because they also, like, went to the gym. I don't know, like, whatever, man, it just worked out, kinda. And when I say kinda, it's like, you know, they constantly got all up in each other's faces at the gym, like, you know, like visibly trying to fuck at the gym. Okay, no, I'm exaggerating because I'm sorry, but moving on. So one day I catch my ex-best friend at the gym, right, in the changing room. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, are you going to come to my cabin? What does this mean? Where I'm from, a cabin is like this house party that happens like at a cabin, which is like this special, it's like a wooden big house made specifically for events and parties, which you split amongst your friends to have like this party and drink and have fun and do whatever you want, you know, for like one night, you know, away from the parents. And I was going to do that because right now I'm in America, so, you know, I was going to leave, and I left, you know, for like the whole duration of the summer to America. So it was like kind of like this goodbye for me, right? Like saying goodbye to me, la la la, right? So I asked her like, hey, are you coming? And she was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna come. In fact, after all of you gossiped about me, after calling me a whore, and after saying I only follow dick around, I don't think I'm gonna show up. That is exactly what she said. That is exactly what she said, and I was left, you know, like, what the fuck? Like what? You know, like visibly what? So that happened. Whatever I gossiped, which I don't think I did, was already known because they were so out there, like constantly trying to prove something, that there was nothing for me to gossip. Whatever I said between the group, everybody already knew. I wasn't like sharing new information. I was just like, oh my god, my best friend, she's not hanging out with me anymore. Never called her a whore. I've never been that kind of person. And the part about only following dick, well, a bit more context to it. I did say that, but I didn't say she only followed dick. I said she only followed her boyfriend's dick, because that is exactly what she did. And it was pissing me off, to be fair. You know, like there were 4 years of friendship going down the drain. Anyways, that transpires, and then my mom shows up, and you know, she's like, oh, why are you upset? And I said, you know, my ex-best friend said this, and my mom gets pissed. She goes out there, she's like, how dare you say, no, she doesn't do that, but she's like, okay, why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? Like, what's going on? Like, this is getting kind of rough, right? My ex-best friend turns to my mom and says, no, let's not do this at the gym. How about you text me? To my mother, right? I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds to process. Telling, you know, like 15-year-old telling my mom, oh, just text me, because she used to be really shy, but now she thinks she's hot shit because she got a boyfriend. I don't think I'm hot shit because I have a boyfriend. I think I'm hot shit because I'm hot shit. Anyways, moving on. After that, it's like, okay, this friendship is kind of irreparable at this point, at least, right? Like, so all that goes down. I get really depressed throughout all of it because that was like my homie. That was my brother in arms. That just betrayed the shit out of me. So I get like extremely sad during the duration of this. At the same time, somewhere during March, I go and I do public speaking nationals in my country's capital. And then I go on to do regionals for another contest, which I get the highest score in. So I do get some kind of certifications along the lines of all of this drama, which I try to keep as short as possible because there's a lot of like unsaid shit that happened in between. So then there's my cabin, which is a whole lot of fun, but again, goes a bit wrong because one of my buddies, my youngest buddy, she gets drunk as shit and then starts crying like, oh shit, this is not real, life is not real, am I real? And it kind of fucks up like 40 minutes of my night. And then I go on to leave for America, which I am in right now, and I'm not very happy about it because I want to be back home in my stupid back door country, blah blah blah, like in the mountains. Bring me back to the mountains, I beg of you. And right now I'm looking for a job just so I can make some money and lose some time before I can finally get the fuck back to my friends. And that is a quick summary of Handcutter's February to June adventures. Anyways, if any of you will be so kind as to send me some fucking cigarettes, I will be extremely grateful, and even become your slave, because I haven't had a smoke for a week and it's getting real sad and I really need one. That's all.